Text analysis. Time saver or time suck? Written by Caroline Cole. Today we cover a tricky topic and one that's often a lively debate among voice actors. Text analysis. Is it worth the time? I can hear it now, the grumbling and sharpening of pitchforks in defense of the value of text analysis. But really, is it worth the time? And if it is, how do you do it? Print out every script and mark it up individually with a literal pencil? Yikes, that makes my environmentalist heart hurt with the thought of using so much paper. Or perhaps there's a fabulous app you've found that allows you to easily highlight, bold, and italicize each script in the booth from your tablet or phone. Of course, you can mark it on your computer, then upload it to your tablet once you're in the booth. But what about when the client sends a PDF or a read-only file? Do you copy-paste the script into a new file so you can mark it up? Or just go ahead and print it? And, oh wait, look, now we're back at square one with the using of the paper. Ugh. For me, committing to a full text analysis before recording gets frustrating before I even begin. And if I do decide to do thorough text analysis, halfway through I start to wonder if it's even worth my time. Is this making my performance better or stifling my creativity when recording? A few weeks ago, I created a Working Wednesday video about using your cold read as information to help you use time effectively in the booth. I strongly believe there's a lot of value in that first, unplanned read. We get to follow our instincts without pressure, see what jumps out at us, and what proves to be trickier than we originally anticipated. As voice actors, there's an essential element of creativity we bring into the booth when we record, which can be stifled by too much text analysis beforehand. We're creatives, not scientists, after all. Notice that I said too much text analysis, not no text analysis at all. I've come to the conclusion that for me, I need a bit of pre-recording prep time to produce a professional performance, but not much. I need to be aware of what I'm saying and how to communicate it best behind the mic. That's what the client is paying for, after all. However, spending too much time in text analysis instead of just getting behind the mic and going for it causes me to get stuck in analysis paralysis, where I'm debating whether or not it's the or the, data or data. Should I phrase it this way or that? I prefer to hit record, read the script a few ways, then listen back and edit together what's best. That works for me. You'll need to solidify your own method, but here's a way to start. There's an organizational method teacher friends of mine use called must do, may do to help students use their independent work time wisely. They must do certain tasks, and when they have extra time, they may do a few others as they choose. Regarding text analysis, I found there are definitely some must-dos, but if you've got extra time or it's a special project you're wanting to research more, there are some may-dos as well. Must-do. Pronunciation of unfamiliar words. You must look up and practice the pronunciation of any unfamiliar words. To return a recording riddled with mispronunciations is unprofessional and not acceptable. Look through the script, notice any trouble spots, and get to Googling. If it's a novel with author-created words, reach out directly to the author for correct pronunciations. Personally, I do a lot of audiobook narration in the sci-fi fantasy realm, with a fair amount of author-created vocabulary. I always ask the author for a pronunciation guide before beginning. This helps tremendously knowing we're on the same page as I read. Company and product name. If you're reading a commercial piece with a company or product name, it should be pronounced correctly, of course, and emphasized in the read. Not overly done, but highlighted. The company or product is the whole point of the read and why you've been hired, so make sure to focus on these when recording. May do. Print and mark. You can always print and mark up your script if this makes you feel more confident and comfortable when recording, especially when starting out and you haven't yet learned to trust your instincts behind the mic. Mark what words to emphasize, how to phrase things melodically and engagingly, and of course, highlight company and product names. For longer scripts, if you do decide to mark them thoroughly, please consider doing this digitally. Your printer's ink cartridge and our Earth will thank you for it. Rehearse and solidify phrasing. You can also rehearse your phrasing beforehand to see what sounds best to your ear. I find this helpful to do while recording so I can listen back and see what I prefer. But if you like to do this outside the booth, that works too. Some artists like to rehearse in the shower, on walks, or while cooking. It takes the pressure off the performance, and they can really play with phrasing and emphasis. Text analysis can be tedious, but a bit of it is usually necessary before you hit that big red record button. With time, you'll become more confident and experienced, and probably need to do less of it with certain projects. Best of luck!